looks all good. Yeah. So down. And so one look at this, make sure. Yeah, maybe this is a little bit low, maybe something like that. Anyway, so we'll go with this in the meantime. Right, the next thing I'm going to do very quickly is just the tips of the feathers, because this will help it look a little bit more realistic. So when the wing is up, about to come down, the tips of these feathers the primary feather control, is that rotate? Yes, is going to be up. I'll just pull this up like this. So you've got this kind of shape. And I'll just key it, and as it goes down, you know, it's still going to be up. You're still going to have a bend. 6 to 9. Let's go backwards a bit. Always checking it out with this. Doesn't have to be perfect, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. So 8, even 8, it's quite up. 9, it feels straighter. And then 10, 11. 10, 11. So it's kind of starting to bend in a bit. 13, 14. And then you've got this. It's kind of in but back at the same time. Okay. Okay, get rid of kind of stray points. Oh, for some reason I can't get rid of that. Save again. So interesting. For some reason I can't get rid of. Oh, there we go. Some strange Maya thing happening. So, right. So I've got this. Maybe it's a little bit bendy, but we can always go in and change it afterwards. Okay, so probably have to reduce this slightly. Maybe it's a little bit too high up, I think, to begin with. So I'll probably bring this down a bit. And bring that down a bit. Bring all of this down slightly. Okay, so you got that. And then the next thing is to... The wing, it doesn't simply go up and down. It does actually kind of rotate a little bit as well. So what it does is it kind of makes circles. So it is here. It comes out when it's at 8 or 9. It is further forward this way. So you get this kind of motion. If you look at it, it comes forward. And so there. And then it comes back again. Maybe we can pull it a little bit further back. So you get this. It might be too much. So you get this kind of motion. Yeah. And this is also... This is also combined with the motion at the back. Sorry, phone went in the house there, so I just had to stop it for a bit. Okay, so we've got the wing going very roughly, and we're going to add some more rotations onto this. So we're going to use this control now, and let's see, we're going to have this coming... Because when it's up here in the air, we can see it's actually further back this way, and then as it comes down, Let me see, as it comes down it seems to angle maybe kind of a little bit forward. So it's kind of, well, maybe it's a bit more like this. So like this. And then as it goes back up this way, it's kind of pulling back. And then it's pulling back even more. Let's see, take this off. And I'm going to copy the first and last frame. Copy. Oh. Sorry, I think it's going to run a play blast. It's kind of annoying the way it does this occasionally. Just copy this. Copy and paste. Okay, so sometimes I can get rid of a frame. I'm not sure if I needed that. But it's not always possible, but sometimes I'll try. So it's kind of like this. And there's something that feels a little bit strange. Anyway, so we got this. This kind of wing movement. Right, so we got this. Okay, well, this will do in the meantime. So it's kind of going backwards and forwards a bit. And we know we've just done one wing, because my thing is always to do one wing and then cut and paste it. Now I'm going to get some. I can use these individual feathers to make this look better. I'm just going to pick these, and when it's up, I'll just pull these up slightly. Oops. I think I pull them up. I'll do it on object. Okay, so it's up. Oh. I wonder if they're on. Okay, I actually had to reload the seagull into the shot to get these feathers working. I don't know why they weren't. But anyway, one thing I noticed is I wasn't happy with the wing cycle. It was a bit jittery at the top. So what I've done is I've gone into these curves and I've literally just selected them like this. And whereas they were initially at frame 17, that was the last frame, I've just extended them out to 19. Now, obviously, when I did that, it meant that some of these curves, these points, this tool here does that. This one here, you can extend things, make it slower, or speed them up. But the thing is, when you do it, your points won't necessarily lie where they've been. I mean, I went in and rekeyed this so that, and moved some of the points so they're lying on, so you got 9 and 10 actually lying on the correct place as opposed to being slightly, I'll show you. If I pull this like this, you can see, if I extend this out to frame 20, you'll see that some of these are now lying off. The first and last frame are always on the right point, but the rest are lying off. So I had to kind of rekey some of this. But anyway, I think the flap is a bit less jittery at the top on 19. And you know, and when I came to do this, I said, well, I'd probably either use 17 or 19. I think 19 maybe works better. Anyway, to get back to these feathers, I'm going to select these feathers because, as we can see, at the top of this, the feathers are quite important for showing what happens. If we look at the top of the when the wings are up in the air, the feathers are kind of pulled up this way. You can key those, and then down to the midpoint, which is like, now it's about 10, 9, 10 still. And if I go down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know, we've got this kind of curve in them, so I'm going to curve them like this. Yeah. And then it's 9, and then 10, 11. 11 is kind of almost straight. And then we go 12, 13, 14. It's a kind of 14 is almost like a curve slightly inwards. And then let's go 15, 16. They're kind of curving back up and out, maybe a bit like this. And finally, of course, the last frame, I'll just copy, and the first frame, in this case 19, are the same. So we have this kind of looking thing, and if I was to cycle it, it looks like so. Yeah, something like this. And then with these feathers, and you have this. Just looks, let's sort of let's play this. So you have this kind of motion. Okay. So that's, yeah, there's a kind of like a circular thing going on too with the okay, so we've got that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut and paste this onto the other wing. So in order to do that, I'm just going to select, I'm going to save this very quickly. Save scene. Just in case it crashes. And I'm going to select each of these controllers, which is what I've used. And I'm going to copy this. So I'm going to select this all. Right mouse, copy, go to these, select them in order, same order, 2, 3, so they'll paste into the right channels, and then just go paste. Oops. Now, this is quite a common issue when you paste this. Normally it means the rigs haven't been rigged that well, because I'm not sure if it's mirroring joints or the controllers haven't been mirrored correctly. But what we can see here is essentially these are rotating in the Z. Now the Z in this wing needs to be flipped. So what I will do is I'm going to select each of these controls again, and I'm going to go into the Z rotation, which is the up and down rotation. And what I'm going to do is just as a very simple little trick. I can go in, and in this this kind of area here, I'm going to make a little bit of code that says times equals -1, star equals -1, and that will flip these through the x-axis. So we end up with this. Okay. Yeah. Now there's another thing we can see from looking from above, that it isn't just the Z that I need to flip, it is also the Y. So I can select all the Y axes as well, like this. Just make sure these are looping. And I'm going to flip these as well. So star or times equals -1 in this. I'll just show you what this looks like from above so you can see. They're kind of, there's a circular motion and this wing's moving in the wrong direction. So just go like that. Hang on, do that again. Times equals -1. Oh God. So one more time. Times equals -1. And there we go. And as that, oh, hang on, I think I already did it. Oop. So I have to go back like this. I think I'd already times it. Yeah, that's it. I think I'd already inputted it. Anyway, so there we go. Now, and then of course I have to add this downward animation. Now, when I look at the controls here, there's something interesting. Oh, yeah, it's the same. So I'm going to try and do the same thing. Let's see if I can do it. So again, I'll just select this, copy and paste it onto this. It should all be looping. And let's see, is this doing the right thing? It seems to be. Okay, so that doesn't look too bad. And then I'll do the feathers as well. Okay, so I'll do the feathers next, which is simply selecting each one of these and then I'm just a Y translation of these, which is all the same. So again, I can copy this, edit, copy, and then I can do the same thing in this wing. Okay, and I'll paste it, paste, and make sure it's looping, and looks correct. So these ones seem to be coming in even further anyway, I don't know. So we've got this, it doesn't look too bad. Okay, so we've got kind of this thing going on. Now you can always offset the wing if you want. If you think they're too close, you can go in and maybe alter the height of this one slightly so it's not exactly the same thing, or you can make some small adjustments. You don't want complete symmetry in this. Anyway, so you've got this, the wings. The next thing I go to is the body. So